the Reverie was actually an album I made with Kim Fowley and my son Jake Hayes.
And we started this show by playing my favourite track off the album, which was Queen of the Asphalt Jungle, written by yourself, Kim Fowley, and your son Jake. So was that song penned for that album, or had you been keeping it for a while?
Oh, no. That song was penned for the record. Me and Jake and Kim sat down, and we just wrote these songs together in an afternoon. And 3 days later, after Jake and I kind of really got the music all worked out, we were in the studio with Kim. But Kim only lasted 4 days in the studio. He was so gravely ill. And then he turned the record over to Jake because he couldn't continue. He was, and then, of course, just a few months later, he was gone. Before the record was done, Kim passed away.
I find it kind of ironic that a man like Fowley, through good times and bad times, someone who had an enormous impact on your career, and as fate would have it, the final album he produced before he passed away was yours.
I know. I feel so blessed that it happened that way because, you know, a lot of demons that I'd been carrying around and a lot of anguish, you know, with Kim and with Lita Ford as well. I was able to fix all of that and have great memories with these two people that meant a lot to me as a young girl, you know, and be able to, it's kind of like, you know, changing your destiny in a way, you know, because I don't know how I would have been able to handle him passing away and me living with, you know, the anger that I'd had for so many decades towards him. It really hurt me. It wasn't hurting him at all. But to be able to spend, when he moved into my home a couple weeks, he lived here before he died, and we were able to just have a great time. It was all a bunch of fun and laughs and recording and enjoying each other's company, and that's really the way it should be, you know.
It's wonderful, and I guess not many people get to do that. And in particular, you mentioned Lita Ford, and I guess younger fans don't really realise this, but and of course it's so great that you and Lita are recording and gigging again, because in the 80s and 90s, both your musical paths never really crossed, did they? So it must be magical to reconnect and bond with Lita Ford again.
Well, it was, because I literally had nightmares about Lita up until just a few years back. I mean, when she reached out to me to do a duet with her, a Christmas single called Rock This Christmas Down, and I flew in from the road and went directly to the studio from the airport and worked with her on this song. And she called me when I was driving home, and she was in tears and I was in tears listening to this CD, because I think it was a great relief for both of us. Because Lita had felt, she had been hearing that I left the band because of her, which was very true. But she was the last nail in the coffin for me. But I think it was a great relief for both of us to be past that, because, you know, there's nothing worse than regret, to carry regret with you all your life. That's no way to live.